Fairfield County Ohio uses TimeClockPlus version 7 for employee timekeeping. This video will show you how to install and use the TimeClockPlus version 7 app for iPhone. Go to the App Store and search for TimeClockPlus v7. Install the TimeClockPlus v7 app, which is published by Data Management Incorporated. After it's installed, launch it by tapping the Open button. Set the scheme to HTTPS and set the domain to tcp.v7.co.oh.us. Click Done and then Submit. You may need to wait a moment while the server sends the latest updates to the application. If that happens, you'll receive a pop-up message that says the application will relaunch. Just click OK if you receive that message, and then click Submit again. Enter your badge number in the Badge ID Number field. Your badge number is printed in small text along the right side of the front of your Fairfield County Standardized Access Card. It's the first set of numbers, and you should omit any leading zeros. For example, if your number reads 009161, then just enter 9161. Then click Submit. You'll receive an error message telling you that you need to enter a valid PIN. Click OK. Enter your TimeClockPlus PIN in the PIN field. By default, your PIN is the last 4 digits of your Social Security number, omitting any leading zeros. You're able to change your PIN at any time. Fairfield County IT can reset your PIN for you if needed. Once you've entered your PIN, click Submit. Now you'll see a screen that lets you do things like clock in and out. This is the screen that you'll be taken to whenever you launch the app in the future. You'll note that the screen has a status line that tells you whether you're currently clocked in or out and what time the last transaction was performed. For this example, let's say that you're just beginning your day. The status says that you're clocked out, which is correct. So let's clock in. Simply tap the Clock In button. If this is the first time the app has attempted to perform a clock transaction on your phone, it will attempt to use GPS to determine your location. If you agree to allow TimeClockPlus to record your phone's current location whenever you use the TimeClockPlus app, click Allow. Returning to our example, TimeClockPlus is asking for confirmation that we want to clock in. Simply tap Continue to confirm. A pop-up box will tell you that the transaction was successful. Click OK. Now you can see that your status is clocked in. You might note that the time reflected in your status isn't the exact time that you clocked in. Rounding rules apply. For example, if I clocked in at 20 minutes past the hour, the effective time I clocked in will be rounded back to 15 minutes past the hour because that's the nearest 15-minute interval. Had I clocked in at 24 minutes past the hour, the effective time I clocked in would have been rounded forward to 30 minutes past the hour, because that would have been the nearest 15-minute interval. The TimeClockPlus app also gives you the ability to view your clocked hours, which is useful so that you can easily see how much time you've worked in a given day. The View Hours screen also allows you to approve your time each week, which is the electronic replacement for signing your paper timesheet. Simply scroll down slightly, if necessary, and then tap View Hours. A list of your worked segments, which is the length of time between a clock in and the following clock out, will be listed, along with a total of how much time you worked in that segment. There can be any quantity of segments in any given day, though most employees will have 2, one before lunch and one after lunch. In order to be paid for the time you've worked, both you and your supervisor must approve each and every segment that you worked. You can approve a segment by tapping the checkbox at the left of the segment you wish to approve. If you've approved a segment and want to withdraw approval, simply tap it again. The checkbox will be removed. If you have any reason not to approve a segment, it is vital that you take your concern to your direct supervisor or payroll officer as soon as possible. When you're done viewing or approving your hours, tap the picture of a home in the upper right corner to go back to the main menu. Let's try another clock operation. In this example, you're returning from lunch, but you forgot to clock out when you went to lunch. That's not a problem. TimeClockPlus will just ask you what time you should have clocked out. Click Clock In since you're returning from lunch. TimeClockPlus will ask you if you want to enter your missed clock out manually. Tap Continue twice to confirm that you need to enter a missed clock out. Adjust the date out value appropriately and add a note if appropriate, and click Continue. TimeClockPlus will display the transaction for your confirmation that it's correct. Click Continue. When you receive a message saying that the clock operation was successful, simply tap OK.